Be emotionless. Feel nothing. Control everything. Have you ever wished you could just stop feeling hurt, stop feeling angry, stop feeling sad? Imagine what your life could look like if you could feel nothing, yet control everything. You'd move through the world calm, focused, and unshaken by insults or praise. You would no longer waste time overthinking. Instead, you'd live on your own terms. This is not about becoming a robot or losing your humanity. It is about finding strength in calm, power in silence, and control over your mind. In this video, you will learn 8 powerful rules to help you become emotionally stronger, so you can live better, win bigger, and never again be controlled by what others say or do. Rule 1. Understand your emotions. Don't become them. The first step to becoming truly emotionless is to deeply understand your emotions, but never become them. Think about it this way. Your emotions are like weather. Sometimes it rains, sometimes the sun shines, sometimes the wind blows fiercely. But the sky itself never changes because of the weather. The sky stays calm behind the clouds and storms. Your mind can be just like that sky, calm, open, and unshaken. If you learn not to become the weather, imagine yourself sitting quietly by a wide, peaceful river. Your thoughts, feelings, and memories flow past like the water. Every day, new emotions come. Fear, joy, sadness, excitement, anger. Many people jump into the river. They fight the current, get pulled away, and feel overwhelmed by what they are feeling. They drown in sadness when something bad happens. They explode in anger when someone hurts them. But you can choose to do something different. You can decide to stay on the riverbank. You can sit quietly, watch the water pass by, and see each feeling as just a moment, not who you truly are. When you feel anger rising inside, pause for a second. Instead of acting right away or saying something you might regret, simply notice it. Say quietly to yourself, "This is anger." If you feel sad because of a disappointment, don't try to run from it or pretend it's not there. Instead, say, "This is sadness." By naming your feelings, you do something powerful. You create space between you and the emotion. You stop being completely controlled by it. You see it clearly for what it is, a visitor, not your master. This small act of noticing and naming your feelings changes everything. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, what was confusing and frightening becomes something you can see and understand. And when you understand something, it loses its power to control you. Over time, this habit teaches your mind to remain calm, even when strong feelings come. You start to react less and respond more wisely. Think about wise monks or great warriors. They do feel emotions, but they have trained themselves not to become those emotions. When they feel fear before a battle or challenge, they do not let fear decide what they do. When they feel anger because of an insult, they do not let anger speak for them. They pause, see the emotion for what it is, and then choose their next action carefully. This is not because they are cold or heartless, but because they have learned that emotions are like fire. They can be useful if controlled, but dangerous if left wild. To begin this practice in your own life, try this simple exercise. The next time you feel anything strongly, happiness, sadness, fear, or anger, stop for just a moment. Take a slow breath. Notice what you are feeling and silently say its name in your mind. This is excitement. This is frustration. This is worry. Then ask yourself, do I want to let this feeling decide what I do next? Most times you will see that you don't have to. You can choose to act calmly, speak kindly, or do nothing at all. It is important to remember that this does not mean pushing your feelings away or pretending they don't exist. Feelings are natural, and everyone has them. The goal is not to become a robot without emotion, but to learn to see your emotions clearly and keep your power to choose your actions. By doing this, you become someone who feels deeply, but is not controlled by feelings. You become like the mountain that stays steady even when the wind blows hard. With practice, you will notice something amazing. Your emotions start to feel lighter. You will still feel them, but they will pass through you more quickly. They will no longer stick and make you suffer for hours or days. You will find that your mind stays clearer, your heart stays calmer, and your life becomes simpler. This is the first and most important step on your journey to becoming emotionless. Watch your emotions, name them, and never let them become you. Once you master this, you will discover that you can stay calm in chaos, strong in pain, and wise in every choice you make. Remember, you are not your emotions. They are just passing clouds in the big open sky of your mind. Stay seated on the riverbank. Watch, understand, and never let the river pull you in. Rule 2. Train your mind like a muscle. Your mind is very much like a muscle. If you train it every day, it grows stronger and steadier. If you do nothing, it stays weak, restless, and easily controlled by every passing emotion. To become emotionless, not empty but strong, you must learn to train your mind daily. Just as a person who wants strong arms lifts weights, a person who wants a strong mind must practice mental discipline, focus, and calm. Start small. Begin by sitting quietly for just 5 minutes each day. Find a place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus your attention on your breathing, the slow rise and fall of your chest, or the feeling of air passing through your nose. As you do this, your mind will almost certainly wander. Thoughts about your day, your problems, or your memories will appear. Feelings may also rise, maybe boredom, maybe restlessness, maybe even sadness. This is normal. The goal is not to force your mind to stop thinking. Instead, when a thought or feeling comes, simply notice it. Imagine it as a leaf floating down a stream. Watch it drift past, and gently bring your focus back to your breath. At first, this exercise will feel difficult. You may notice that your mind jumps from one thought to another very quickly. You might feel like you cannot sit still, and the 5 minutes may seem to last forever. But keep going. Do this every day. Slowly, you can add more time. 5 minutes becomes 6, then 7, and so on. Over weeks and months, something powerful begins to happen. Your thoughts start to slow down. Your emotions begin to feel lighter. You realize that you do not have to follow every thought or react to every feeling. Just like a person lifting heavier weights over time, your mind becomes stronger and more stable. But training your mind is not just about sitting quietly. You can also practice in small moments throughout your day. Imagine someone annoys you. Maybe they say something rude or act unfairly. Instead of reacting immediately, pause. Take a breath. Notice the anger rising in your chest, but do not let it explode into words or actions. Ask yourself quietly, is this worth my energy? Does this reaction help me? Most of the time, the answer is no. By holding back and observing your anger, you keep your power. You remain calm while others lose control. Another way to train your mind is when you feel sadness or disappointment. Many people rush to tell someone how bad they feel or look for comfort right away. Instead, practice sitting with the feeling first. Notice it, name it, this is sadness, and observe how it moves through you. Often you will see that the feeling becomes smaller just because you gave it your quiet attention instead of feeding it with panic or words. This daily training is what builds an unshakable mind. A mind that does not dance wildly every time a new emotion appears, but instead stands still and watches calmly. This does not mean you become cold or stop feeling completely. You will still experience emotions, but they will no longer control your life. They will pass through you like clouds in the sky, while your mind remains steady, like the sky itself. Think of great warriors, wise monks, or disciplined athletes. They did not gain their strength in a single day. They trained daily, through meditation, self-control, and small challenges. They became strong enough to stay calm in a storm, focused in danger, and peaceful even in pain. You can do the same. Start small, stay patient, and keep going. Over time, you will notice other changes too. Your focus will improve. You will become better at listening to others because your mind will not be so busy with your own thoughts. You will sleep better because your mind will not chase every worry at night. And most importantly, you will start to feel truly free. Free from the chains of automatic reaction. Free from the loud noise of endless thoughts, and free from emotions that used to control your every move. Remember this truth. No one is born with a strong mind, just like no one is born with strong muscles. Strength is built through daily practice, patience, and discipline. Your emotions will still visit you, but your trained mind will choose whether to follow them or simply let them go. With time and dedication, you will discover the quiet power inside you, a power that helps you feel less, control more, and live life on your own terms. Rule 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the greatest secrets to becoming truly emotionless and truly free is to stop wasting your energy on things you cannot control. Many people suffer deeply every day because they do not understand this. They feel sad because other people do not respect them, or because someone they love has changed. They feel angry because life seems unfair, or because the world does not always reward good people and punish the bad. They spend hours, days, or even years fighting battles they can never win, trying to change the past, trying to control other people's minds, or trying to make the world fit their idea of what it should be. But here is a powerful truth. No matter how hard you try, you can never fully control other people. You cannot make them love you, respect you, or behave kindly. You cannot erase the mistakes you made yesterday, and you cannot stop every difficulty life brings tomorrow. When you fight against what you cannot control, it is like shouting at the wind or trying to hold water in your hands. It will only leave you tired, bitter, and empty. Instead, learn to turn your attention to what you can control. You may not be able to control other people's words, but you can control your reaction. If someone insults you, you can choose to respond calmly or even stay silent. You cannot control whether life will hurt you, but you can decide whether to keep moving forward or let the pain stop you. You cannot choose what thoughts first come into your mind, but you can choose whether to keep feeding them or let them pass by quietly. This change of focus gives you back your power. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you spend all your time worrying about weeds growing in your neighbor's garden, your own garden will fill with weeds and die. But if you keep your eyes on your own soil, pulling out your own weeds, watering your own flowers, you will create something beautiful, no matter what your neighbor does. In the same way, if you keep your thoughts on your own actions, words, and attitude, your life will slowly become calmer and stronger, even if the world outside stays chaotic. To make this real in your daily life, practice asking yourself simple questions each day. Every night before you sleep, quietly think about your day. Ask, did I spend energy worrying about something I cannot change? Maybe you worried that someone does not like you. Maybe you felt angry because the weather ruined your plans. Maybe you felt sad because the past still haunts you. If your answer is yes, do not judge yourself harshly. Simply notice it, forgive yourself, and promise to do better tomorrow. Each time you notice, you grow stronger. Slowly, your mind will learn to turn away from useless worries and return to what truly matters. You can also remind yourself during the day. When you feel upset, pause and ask, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, gently let it go. If the answer is yes, ask, what small step can I take now? Maybe you cannot change someone else's attitude, but you can speak kindly or protect your own peace by walking away. Maybe you cannot stop a storm, but you can choose to stay calm and adjust your plans. By doing this, you train your mind to focus on what is possible and real, rather than what is hopeless and impossible. This practice does not make you cold or careless. It makes you wise. It helps you save your energy for what really matters, your growth, your peace, your work, and the people who truly care about you. You will still feel disappointment and sadness sometimes, because you are human. But these feelings will pass through you more quickly. They will not stay and control your days. In time, you will discover a deep peace that comes from living this way. You will see that most problems are smaller than they seemed when you stop feeding them with your worry. You will understand that control is not about forcing the world to obey you, but about guiding your own thoughts, words, and actions wisely. And you will learn that the strongest people are not those who control everyone else, but those who control themselves. So remember, focus on what you can control, your choices, your attitude, your reactions, and let the rest go. This is how you keep your mind clear, your heart calm, and your life moving forward, no matter what storms may come. Rule 4. Turn pain into power. Pain is an unavoidable part of being alive. Every person, no matter how strong, wise, or successful, feels pain at some point in life. But the secret is this: pain itself is not your real enemy. The true enemy is how you react to it. Many people break completely when life hurts them. They let pain turn them into bitter, hopeless, or angry people. They let a single heartbreak close their hearts forever, or a single failure convince them that they can never try again. But there is another way, a way that belongs to the strongest and wisest people you know. You can turn pain into power. Imagine pain as a burning fire inside you. You can let it burn your spirit and destroy your hope. Or you can learn to use its heat to light your path and keep you moving forward. When someone betrays you, you will feel the sharp cut of disappointment and sadness. But instead of crying for days or blaming the world, pause and quietly say to yourself, this pain will make me wiser. When you fail at something important, your first instinct might be to run away and never try again. But instead, take a deep breath and tell yourself, this failure is my teacher. In that moment, you change pain from something that destroys you into something that builds you. If you look closely at truly great people, those who build something meaningful, become leaders, or create art that touches the world, you will see they all have one thing in common. They have all suffered deeply. What made them great was not the pain itself, but how they turned that pain into strength. They used heartbreak to build discipline, choosing to work instead of drown in sorrow. They used failure to search for better ways, discovering ideas that success alone could never have shown them. Pain gave them focus, because it burned away the things that didn't matter. Pain gave them hunger, because it reminded them that nothing is promised and everything must be earned. Pain gave them patience, because they learned that wounds heal slowly, and so does real success. You can do the same in your own life. When you feel pain, don't fight it blindly or run away from it. Instead, sit quietly and face it. Ask it, what can you teach me? How can I use you to become better? Listen carefully, because pain speaks in a language deeper than words. It might show you a weakness in your character, a mistake you repeat, or a truth you have been avoiding. It might show you what truly matters and what is only noise. If you stop fighting pain and start learning from it, something surprising happens. Pain loses its power to control you. It stops being your master and becomes your silent teacher. Slowly, you start to welcome small pains because you know they make you stronger. Even bigger pains cannot break you completely because you know that inside the hurt, there is always a lesson, and inside the lesson, there is always growth. Over time, you will notice you have become almost unbreakable. Life will still hurt you sometimes because pain is part of being human. But pain will never again stop you. Instead, it will push you to work harder, to love smarter, and to see clearer. You will stop fearing pain because you will see every time it visits you, it also gives you a gift. Deeper understanding of yourself, more courage to face the world, and greater wisdom to make better choices. In this way, pain becomes one of your greatest teachers and strongest allies. Remember, the goal is not to wish for a life without pain, because that life does not exist. The goal is to build a mind and heart that know how to use pain instead of being destroyed by it. This is how you turn pain into power, not by denying it, but by welcoming it, studying it, and transforming it. It will never feel easy, but it will always feel worth it. And slowly, you will become the kind of person who does not run from pain, but stands still, learns deeply, and grows stronger every single time. Rule 5. Practice indifference to praise and criticism. Many people believe that becoming emotionless only means ignoring pain, anger, or sadness. But true emotional strength is deeper than that. It also means learning to remain calm even when you hear kind words, sweet compliments, and loud applause. This might sound strange at first because we are taught from childhood to enjoy praise. We all love when someone says, "You did well," or "You're special." But here is the hidden danger. If you become addicted to praise, you silently hand over control of your happiness to others. Your mood starts rising and falling based on what other people say or do. One compliment can lift you into the sky, but one small insult can throw you back to the ground. Living this way means you become a puppet, and the world holds the strings. Instead, the path to real power is to practice indifference. Indifference does not mean you never hear what people say, or that you act rude and cold. It means that inside your heart, you remain unchanged. When someone praises you, you can smile and thank them politely. But deep down, you remind yourself that your true worth does not come from their words. Your value is set by your actions, your discipline, and your honesty with yourself. In the same way, when someone criticizes you, you can listen calmly and ask, "Is this useful?" If the answer is yes, you can use the advice to improve. If the answer is no, you simply let it pass through you without leaving a mark on your heart. Imagine a tall, ancient mountain. The wind can blow as hard as it wants, the rain can pour down, and the sun can shine brightly, but the mountain stays the same. It does not become taller when praised by the sunshine, and it does not become smaller when attacked by the storm. This is the quiet strength you must build inside yourself. Do not let praise lift you too high, and do not let criticism push you too low. In this balanced state, your mind stays clear, your emotions stay calm, and your focus remains sharp. Some people think this practice makes you cold or less human, but the truth is the opposite. By freeing yourself from the need for praise, you also free yourself from fear of criticism. You become able to act from your true values rather than to please others or protect your pride. Your words become more honest, your choices become wiser, and your spirit becomes lighter, because you no longer carry the heavy burden of always asking, "Do they like me?" or "What will they say?" To practice this in daily life, start by noticing your reactions. When someone praises you, observe how your heart wants to jump up with joy. When someone criticizes you, notice how your chest tightens and your mind rushes to defend itself. Instead of blindly following these feelings, take a slow breath. Remind yourself, these are just words. My worth comes from my actions and my self-respect. Over time, your heart will learn to stay steady. Another good practice is to keep a quiet list of your own values and goals. Each night, ask yourself, did I live by my values today? Did I act in a way that makes me respect myself? If the answer is yes, let that be your reward, rather than someone else's praise. If the answer is no, let that guide your improvement, rather than someone else's criticism. This builds a strong inner compass, so you don't lose yourself in the noise of other people's opinions. You might still feel the warmth of praise or the sting of criticism because you are human. But with practice, these feelings will become lighter. They will visit you but not stay. Your calm heart will not rise too high or fall too low. You will begin to notice something beautiful. You spend less time worrying about what others think, and more time simply living your life fully and freely. Remember, the goal is not to become hard like stone, but steady like the mountain. Praise and criticism are both just winds. They come and go, but they cannot change who you truly are inside. By practicing this quiet indifference, you protect your peace, keep your power, and learn to walk your own path with confidence and strength. Rule 6. Speak less, observe more. Words often rise from emotion. When you feel angry, your words can turn sharp and hurtful. When you feel sad or lonely, you may share too much and later regret it. Many people live in this cycle. A feeling appears, words rush out, and pain follows. To become truly emotionless, not empty but steady and wise, you must learn to speak less and observe more. Speaking less is not about staying silent forever. It is about learning when to speak and when to hold your tongue. Observation is about listening carefully, noticing the details others miss, and using that knowledge to guide your actions wisely. When someone talks to you, do not rush to reply. Instead, slow down and truly listen, not only to their words, but to their tone, their body language, and the energy behind what they say. Often, what people show on the surface hides something deeper. A smile might cover fear, loud words might cover insecurity, calm words might hide anger. By observing carefully, you see the truth others miss, and by waiting before speaking, you give yourself space to choose your words with care. Sometimes, you will discover that silence is the strongest answer. Silence cannot be twisted, misunderstood, or used against you. It holds a quiet power. The less you speak, the more you listen. The more you listen, the more you understand. And the more you understand, the wiser and calmer you become. This is how silence becomes your strength, and observation becomes your skill. Speaking less also protects you from emotional traps. The world is full of people who gossip, provoke, or argue just to feel powerful. If you speak quickly, you may find yourself caught in their games, defending yourself, explaining too much, or saying something you later regret. But if you say little, they have nothing to use against you. Your calm silence becomes a shield they cannot break. Practice this every day in small ways. Before you speak, pause and ask yourself, does this need to be said? Will these words help anyone? Or am I speaking just to fill the silence or to ease my own discomfort? If the answer is no, choose to stay quiet. In that moment, you will feel the strength of self-control. Over time, you will notice something amazing. The words you do speak become stronger. They carry more weight because people learn that you do not speak carelessly. Your silence makes your words stand out. Your quiet presence makes others lean in to listen. This practice also helps your mind become clearer. When you speak less, you give yourself space to watch the world carefully. You start to see patterns in people's behavior, understand what truly matters in conversations, and avoid the noise of pointless words. Your focus becomes sharper, your decisions wiser, and your emotions calmer. Remember, speaking less does not mean never sharing your thoughts or feelings. It means sharing them wisely, at the right time, and in the right way. It means choosing honesty over gossip, kindness over criticism, and clarity over noise. It means using words as tools, not as weapons or as ways to hide your discomfort. Think of great thinkers, wise monks, or calm leaders. They are not silent because they are afraid. They are silent because they know the power of listening, of waiting, and of choosing their words carefully. Their words come from understanding, not from a rush of emotion. That is why their words have the power to calm crowds, change minds, and bring peace. In your own life, try this. In conversations, listen more than you speak. At work or school, watch carefully before you join a discussion. When someone angers you, count to 5 before you answer, or choose not to answer at all. Notice how much calmer you feel when you do not rush to speak. Notice how much clearer your thoughts become when you give them time to form. Slowly, you will discover that you do not lose anything by speaking less. Instead, you gain more. Respect from others, control over your own mind, and freedom from the emotional storms that words can bring. Speaking less and observing more will not make you cold. It will make you steady. Your silence will not make you weak. It will make you powerful. In a world full of noise, your calm silence and sharp observation will become your greatest strengths. Rule 7. Detach from the past and the future. Many of the emotions that disturb your peace do not actually come from the present moment. They rise because your mind drifts into the past or rushes ahead into the future. You may feel guilt and regret because of something you did years ago or even just yesterday. You may feel fear or anxiety about something that might happen tomorrow, next week, or years from now. But here is a truth most people forget. The past is already over, and the future has not yet come. They only live in your thoughts, not in reality. The only real moment you truly have is the present moment, right now. If you want to become more emotionless, calm, and strong, you must learn to detach your mind from the past and the future and keep bringing it back to now. This is not about forgetting your past completely or never planning for the future. It is about training your mind not to live there. When your thoughts wander to something painful you regret, gently tell yourself, that is over. I cannot change it. When your mind starts worrying about what could happen tomorrow, quietly say, that has not come yet. Then bring your attention back to what is right in front of you. It could be the simple rhythm of your breath moving in and out, the feeling of your feet touching the ground as you walk, or the task you are doing at this very moment. These small acts of presence bring your mind back home to the now. At first, you might notice that your mind resists this practice. It may keep running back to old memories, playing them again and again like a broken record. Or it may keep jumping ahead, asking, what if this happens? Or what if that goes wrong? This is natural because most people's minds have been trained for years to live anywhere except the present. But do not fight your mind harshly. Instead, gently guide it back each time it wanders. Each time you do this, you are building a habit of presence, and this habit slowly becomes your new strength. When you learn to live more in the present, something powerful happens. The roots of many negative emotions begin to dry up and fade away. Regret and guilt come from holding on to the past. Fear and anxiety grow from imagining the future. But in the present moment, right now, you can often see that you are actually safe, breathing, and alive. Your mind becomes quieter because it has nothing to regret and nothing to fear at this very second. You feel lighter because you stop carrying yesterday's mistakes and tomorrow's worries. And you feel stronger because you discover that you can face each moment as it comes, without the extra weight of time. Think of your mind like a room. When it is filled with dusty old memories and dark fears about tomorrow, there is little space to see clearly or move freely. But when you clear out these thoughts, you create space for peace, focus, and fresh energy. This practice of living in the now is not easy, especially in the beginning. You may have to remind yourself hundreds of times each day to return to the present. But do not be discouraged. Each time you succeed, even for a few seconds, you are training your mind to let go of chains that most people never escape. Over weeks and months, you will notice that your mind becomes quicker to return to the present and slower to run away. You will feel more alive because you will actually be living your life as it happens, rather than always missing it while lost in thought. This does not mean you will never feel emotions again. You may still remember something sad or worry about something important, but these feelings will visit you less often, stay for shorter times, and feel less powerful. You will find that you can notice them, learn from them if needed, and then let them go, always returning to now. This freedom from the past and future is one of the deepest forms of strength. You become someone who is no longer controlled by old regrets or future fears. Instead, you live with calm awareness, facing each moment fully awake and ready. And slowly, you will discover a simple but powerful truth. When you truly live in the now, you already have everything you need to feel calm, clear, and free. Rule 8. Make calm your default state. Many people live their lives in a constant state of reaction. The world around them feels like a storm, and every small event causes waves in their mind. Someone says something unkind, and they immediately feel hurt or angry. Something unexpected happens, and they panic or lose control. This constant reacting wears out their energy and steals their peace. If you want to become truly emotionless, you must change this pattern. You must make calm your default state, the place your mind naturally returns to, no matter what happens outside. Changing your default state begins with your self-talk, the silent conversation you have inside your mind every day. Words have power. When you repeat calm words to yourself often, your mind starts to believe them. Try this simple practice. Say quietly, "I am calm. Nothing can shake me." Say it in the morning, during the day, and especially when you feel stress rising. These words are not magic, but they remind your mind of what it can choose to be. When something stressful happens, before you act or speak, take a deep breath. Breathe slowly and deeply, and tell yourself again, "I control my mind. I choose peace." This pause gives you power. It breaks the automatic reaction and lets you choose calm instead of chaos. Building calm as your natural state also means creating habits that support peace. Small habits done daily are like bricks that build a strong house. Wake up early, before the world rushes in. Early mornings are often quiet and still, perfect for grounding yourself in calm before the noise of the day arrives. Exercise your body regularly. Movement releases stress and brings clarity. Meditation or simple breathing exercises help train your mind to stay steady. Keep your living and workspaces clean and organized. Clutter creates mental clutter. A clear space helps create a clear mind. At the same time, avoid things that fill your mind with noise and distraction. Too much news, gossip, or social media can create stress and make your mind restless. These things often feed fear, anger, or jealousy, pulling you away from calm. Set limits for yourself. Choose carefully what you let into your mind. Protect your peace like a precious treasure. As you practice calm every day, you will notice it becoming more natural. Calm will no longer be something you force yourself to feel for a moment. It will become your home. When difficult situations come, and they will, your mind will not panic or rush to react. Your heart will stay quiet and your thoughts will stay clear. You will find yourself responding with wisdom instead of emotion, acting from strength instead of fear or anger. This steady calm is not the same as feeling nothing. Being emotionless does not mean you stop feeling joy, sadness, or love. It means that no matter what you feel, your mind stays unshaken. You may feel the wind of emotions, but you will be like a strong tree that bends but does not break. You will become someone who can face any challenge without losing peace inside. Think about calm like the ocean. On some days, the ocean is rough with waves, but deep below, the water is always still. Your goal is to train yourself to be like that deep ocean, quiet and steady, even when the surface is stormy. Every time you practice calm, you deepen that stillness. Every breath, every pause, every kind thought to yourself is a wave that smooths the surface. Eventually, this calm will affect all parts of your life. Your relationships will improve because you won't react angrily or fearfully. Your work will get better because your mind will be clear and focused. Your health will improve because stress harms the body, but calm heals it. And most importantly, you will feel free. Free from the roller coaster of emotions that controls so many people. So start today. Make calm your goal, your habit, your natural state. Say your calm words. Breathe deeply. Build your habits. Protect your mind from noise. And remember, this is the true meaning of being emotionless. Not feeling nothing, but being unshaken by everything. When you reach this state, you will find a power inside you that no storm can take away. You will become the calm in the chaos, the peace in the noise, and the steady heart in a restless world. Final thoughts. The freedom of emotional control. To feel nothing does not mean to become empty or cold. Instead, it means to become full of power, peace, and deep focus. When you learn to control your emotions, you still feel joy, sadness, or anger, but these feelings no longer control you. You learn to speak less, but say more with your words. You watch life's storms rise and fall around you, yet inside, you remain calm and steady, like a mountain that does not move no matter how strong the wind blows. This kind of freedom is rare, but it is real and it is possible for you. It does not happen overnight. It is built slowly, step by step, by following the 8 rules we have talked about. Each rule helps you build strength in your mind and heart. You will make mistakes and fall sometimes. That is natural. But every time you remember to pause, to observe without reacting, to bring your attention back to the present moment, you grow stronger. You build a quiet power that others cannot see, but that guides everything you do. On your journey, remember that you are not alone. Here on my channel, English Achieve, we learn together how to become stronger, wiser, and more in control every day. You are part of a community that chooses growth over chaos, calm over confusion, and control over reaction. In a world where most people react quickly to every challenge, you will become the one who chooses calmly. In a world full of noise and distraction, you will become silence that listens and understands. And in a life that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, you will become your own calm center, the steady ground where peace lives. This is the true power of being emotionless, not feeling nothing, but feeling everything with control. It means you feel nothing that weakens you and control everything that shapes your life. And with this power, you finally live on your own terms, free and unshaken.